sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we continue to have the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. Shelby McCall back from her second vaccination, and she's propped up over there, and yes, her eyes are open, I think. But good to have Shelby in here on this, the third Saturday, which means, who do we have on, Shelby, on the third Saturday? Who is that? I can't look at his name here. I can't read my own writing. Who's there?
Starts with an F.
That's right.
Ends with a Barton.
That's what it is. We have the Honorable Frank G. Barton III on with us this morning. How'd you like that, Frank? Huh?
That's pretty good. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Frank. Yeah, I wanted to throw that in there. I didn't realize. I thought so. Franklin, is he the fourth? Is he the fourth, or is
there's a Frank. Yeah, yes.
His son. The fourth. All right, and of course everybody knows Frank is now heavily into training dogs and things like that in his retirement, which he'll never really retire like me. He'll still stop by Barton Equipment in Marion, Arkansas, right off the interstate right there, where his son Franklin is running the show. But, Frank, we're glad to have you and hope we have good connection. You did do some work this week. You've really gotten involved in this thing. So tell our listeners what you're up to.
Well, right now I'm just training dogs.
That's right. How many?
It depends on how many of these puppies I sell. But
I saw the picture. A great picture.
Two in training and a whole bunch that are in
raising. So how many puppies did was that Delta? Was that
no, that was Hershey.
That was Hershey. How many puppies? Hershey had 10 puppies? Is that right?
10. Had 10.
Wow.
Correct.
Is that normal? I mean, is 10 about right? Is that what you expected?
Well, X-ray done, and we only saw 7 on the X-ray, so 3 of them were hiding back in there.
So you did have an X-ray, just like a lot of people find out what kind of they're going to have a boy or girl. You didn't know that, though. You didn't know you were going to get 10.
Not from the X-ray. We just knew how many we needed to expect when she started whelping the litter.
Okay, now so how many males and females did she have? I'm just interested. It was a great picture.
Okay, six females and 4 males.
Wow. Now, so are you? Are those available now? Are you?
Some of them are. I've got 4 are sold right now.
4 of the 10 are already sold. Okay, yeah,
that's correct.
All right. So, if anybody's interested, can they check it out? Go by the store in Marion and find out. Or are you just are you saving any?
It's kind of hard to find out from the store at Marion. If you go to my Facebook page, which is it's public.
All right,
see it there.
Give them your Facebook page.
It's just Frank Barton.
That's it. Just go to Frank Barton.
Frank Barton in Marion, Arkansas.
Yeah, the Honorable Frank G. Barton III. So, as you can tell, Frank is outdoors, and that adds a lot to the shows. As you can tell, I'm indoors with Shelby. McCall is our show producer, and we're hoping someday that we will be able to have guests in the studio and have Frank back in the studio. And I know a lot of y'all ask about that. Some of our guests today, in fact, have asked about that. And we're looking for show sponsors, too. You can go to lroutdoors@att.net. That is my email address. We'd love to have you some sponsors. We got some big news coming up, hopefully, on that in the near future. But today's show is presented by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and glad to have them aboard, and always glad to have Frank with us. And you know, Frank, this is this prime time to be training. I mean, you're working. You've already had. You went to Paducah, didn't you? Go to Paducah the last time I talked to you, or you were going to some event?
I been to Paducah, been down to Vicksburg, going to go to St. Louis, and then Atlanta, and Tulsa.
Oh, man.
And somewhere I'll do a test in Memphis.
We will.
Somewhere in the middle of all that.
And of course, you've thrown in the Nationals, I guess, too, right? I mean, you mentioned that.
That'll be in September. That'll be the end of September.
Okay, so right now, these events that you're going to, are you taking one dog, two dogs? What do you go?
Right now, I'm just taking one dog.
And that dog is what? The dog is
Goose.
Goose, and Goose is what?
Is his name.
Goose is what?
Goose is 3 years old, and he has 4 qualifications for the national. We're trying to get 2 more.
Oh, really?
To get qualified for it.
Oh, okay. Now, will you have time to develop all this in between trying to keep up with 18,000 dogs on your other job as the secretary treasurer or whatever it might the secretary for the national. Yeah. What are we up to there? What are we up to there on dogs?
Well, we got 426 qualified right now. We expect somewhere between 12 and 1,300 when it's all said and done. We're in the meat of the qualifying period.
I thought we were. Yeah.
The next 90 days, most of our dogs will qualify at that point during the next 90 days. And
it's out west, isn't it? Isn't that right? I mean,
Idaho.
Idaho, that's west. Yeah, that's what part of Idaho?
North part of Idaho.
Woo. Okay. Are you up near the very top up there, Coeur d'Alene, or any of that area up there, or?
I just know it's somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's in a ski resort area.
Okay. That's pretty good. A ski resort area and everything. Again, this is Frank Barton with us on the third Saturday each month, and heavily into his love of dogs. And I guess you've had that since what, a kid? I mean, you've had, because I know you've had some great dogs that just were with you most of the time. So is that love for the dogs? Where'd you get that from?
Okay, I'm back.
Where'd you get that love of dogs from?
Texas.
I'm talking about, when did you start loving dogs, and when did you decide that you wanted to do something like this?
Oh, I started running dogs about 20 years ago, I guess.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How was that spurred? Somebody said, Frank, you need to run some dogs. I know you.
Well,
we know Frank is a waterfowl hunter. We know how much he loves water. We know how much he loves something else I'm going to talk about in just a second. But
the truth, I had a dog that was just a duck hunting dog, and had just started to get where she was understood the game and was playing it well, and somebody stole her from my backyard in the middle of hunting season.
I thought that was the story. You've told me that story.
So I remember I cleaned my boots up and my gun, put them up, and I never went back that year. And then a good friend invited me to go to a field trial.
Yes.
That he was participating in, and that's when I started seeing what these dogs were capable of doing. And he said, kind of like, well, I want me one of those. That's sort of how it went.
That's the way it went.
I got a puppy from him and got some help training it, and I've been
Look what you're
doing
doing
it. Been doing it ever since.
Well, there's something else that I know that if you're not on Facebook with Frank, you need to be, because the Sultana. This is we're into that right now, and I love Frank's postings on the Sultana, and that's some amazing stuff, Frank, that I know you spend a lot of time, and that's all on your Facebook page, right? I mean, can they go to your
every morning there'll be a new post up until about April 28th. I think will be my last post.
Amazing.
On the Sultana. So I have about 3 weeks that I've been doing it.
Yes, and you seem like you throw some new stuff in there too. You know,
I try to every year.
Yeah,
find out some new stuff and put it out there.
Well, it's just amazing. You can go to that the Frank Barton's website and know a lot about the Sultana. There's a museum over in the Marion area that's getting ready to hopefully become even bigger, as we announced the last time that Frank was on the show. So I'm just fascinated by it, and Frank will be with us throughout the whole show. I think he's going to enjoy this, as we have the first time ever. We got our first two guests both have the same last name, but believe me, they are not related. And it's going to be real fun to talk to pro angler John Cox, who's known as the Tin Man, and follow that up with a man who wants to be he's going back on the Tennessee Fish and Wildlife Commission for the third time. My goodness. He's ready for it, I guess. And that's Bill Cox. So let's take our first break in the morning, come right back, and we're headed to DeBary, Florida to talk to the Tin Man himself, John Cox. We'll be right back.